Hello and good morning. My name is Charlie Bluehawk. I'll be your guest host today on 2012 FAD. And I started with the first post, but I guess we should start with introductions. As I said, I'm Charlie Bluehawk, and I've been in international IT and corporate management now for 25 years. I've worked for some of the biggest and best-known companies in the world. You might have heard of them: NASA, JPL, Caltech, Raytheon, Hughes Aircraft, Nissan, IBM, Toyota, Disney. I could go on and on. Anyway, I'm a fairly credible fellow, and I've worked on 3 continents on this planet, and you can check out my credentials, check out my references, resume, the whole bit, at my personal business site, which is www.charliebluehawk.com. And now that we have the introductions that are over, let me tell you a little something about 2012, or what is referred to by most of us as the event. The event is a normal, natural part of the evolution of the history of the world we live on. Every 32,000 years, a brown dwarf companion star, a dead star, it's a companion to our yellow and very alive yellow sun that we see up in the sky every day. This little brown dwarf companion spins around us on, how can I say this so you would understand? We have a plane in our universe, in our solar system, where all of our planets basically spin around the sun on the same plate. This little brown dwarf companion star, this dead star, actually is on a plate all of its own. It's slightly tilted up. So we don't see it, except when it passes through the plane of our solar system every 32,000 years. Now, if you happen to be in the Southern Hemisphere at this moment, get up very early in the morning and look towards the Southern Hemisphere. Look towards the South Pole. And you'll see a little tiny red dot in the sky just above the horizon. That's our friend, the little dead brown dwarf star. It's a star that never really had a chance in life. It never had enough mass to ignite and become bright and brilliant like our little yellow star is. We've been told all of our lives that our sun, our solar system, is unique in that it has only one star. Most solar systems in our galaxy have at least 2 stars in them. So it's a little lie that we've been told. Why? No idea. Anyway, this little dead brown dwarf star actually has 3 planets of its own. And so our solar system, in fact, does have 12 planets. I count Pluto as a planet, even though real scientists don't. Now, the interesting thing about this very natural life cycle of our solar system is it has a couple of side effects you might want to be aware of. To begin with, the universe is electrical. Everything that you see in your home today, you plug a socket into the wall, current flows. Well, that happens at the microscopic level with atoms. It happens in the macroscopic level with planets. The universe is electrical. God did not, change her blueprints from one size to another. Basically, the universe is one size fits all. We are electric. What's going to happen when this little brown dwarf star crosses into the plane of our solar system with its 3 planets, there's going to be some sparking. There's going to be some electrical discharge. It's going to be like static electricity, but on a scale that we just simply can't comprehend. What's going to happen is that electricity is going to arc between the planets. Some planets are positively charged, some planets are negatively charged. Well, when you get a positive to negative electrical flow, there's going to be some sparking. It's going to be like a continuous, heavy electrical thunderstorm that's going to last for years. Now, really, when it really gets down to it, I'm a realist, so if you really want to get down to it, you really don't have to worry about any of this because, frankly, you'll be dead. What's first going to happen is this brown dwarf star, as it passes between the Earth and our sun, it's very big. It's much bigger than we are. We've been feeling its effects now for about the last 1,000 years. 1,000 years ago, for example, our planet, Earth, had a very high magnetic field around it. It was very high. It's like 4.0 Gauss. I have no idea what a Gauss is, but it sounds impressive. Today, we have a magnetic field of 0.04 Gauss. Now, as far as I know, the only thing that can cause a magnet to lose its magnetic field is to introduce it to a bigger magnet. So this bigger magnet, the brown dwarf star, this dead star, as it passes between the Earth and the Sun, its gravity is going to be so great, it's actually going to flip us end for end. And this happens, as I say, every 232,000 years. When I was a kid, back in 1964, National Geographic, when they still made, specials, did a sonar. They used some sort of magnetic hydro something probe, and they set it down to the bottom of the ocean, 35,000 feet down, and they were tracking the magnetic flow of volcanic material, magma, as it solidified over time. And what they discovered is, every 32,000 years, this particular stream of magma, when it solidified, it had a positive charge. The flow of magma next to it in the next 32,000 years had a negative charge, and so on and so forth. So basically the Earth flips end for end. We're basically a billiard ball at that point. What's going to happen when the Earth flips, physically changes end for end? Some of you may have heard of it. It's called the South Pole. Now the South Pole is a very large continent, but it's even got a larger continent on top of it, of ice. This ice is tens of thousands of miles in diameter. It's 5,000 feet thick. And ice, frankly, just wasn't designed to move as fast as the Earth is going to move when it flips. So imagine dropping a couple of very large ice cubes into a cocktail at a party. What's going to happen? Well, you drop the ice in, the water has no place to go but up and out. And that's what's going to happen when the ice in the South Pole goes, well, down. Because underneath it, where the Earth used to be, where there used to be ground to hold it up, all this ice is going to go right into the ocean. And when that much ice goes into the ocean, it's going to be fairly violent, fairly sudden, and that water is going to have no place to go but up and out. And where's it going to go? It's going to go to your hometown. Now imagine, if you will, a wall of water, 5,000 feet tall, a wave, and it's traveling at the speed of sound. So it's going pretty quick. Imagine God takes a piece of sandpaper and she reaches down and she scrubs it along the surface of the Earth. There's not going to be anything left. And you will be gone. Everything you know will be gone. Now there's a big benefit to the Earth actually at this time, because all this water will wipe away any trace of us. And that lightning I talked about earlier, this electrical discharge that leaps between planets, it will actually sterilize, clean the Earth. And in a few years you'll have a brand new planet, nice and clean and pretty and pristine. And it'll be a nice place to live because, frankly, we'll all be gone. Now, if I have your attention at this point, there is a way to survive all of this, to be comfortable and to be happy with your family, your friends, your pet cat, your favorite books and DVDs, Sunday dinner with the folks. But you have to talk to us first. And please, please, please do not believe anything that I say. There's some very basic research you can do for yourself, and then come back and we can have a nice chat. The things you want to look up, if I could suggest: did you know, for example, that the entire race of human beings living on this planet today are the descendants of only a group of 25 people? Yeah, that's kind of creepy, isn't it? Now, there's an interesting place. The other thing you might want to look up, there's an interesting place called Baalbek. It's the largest Roman city in the world, and it's not in Rome. It's actually in the mountains of Lebanon, about 3,800, 4,000 feet up in the mountains. The Romans found this when they were conquering the world, and it's basically a plain of stone, hand-hewn, if you will, machine-hewn, like 1,000,000 square feet. And these are tremendously huge pieces of stone, like tons and tons. We today don't have any way of moving stones this big. We certainly have no way of placing them as exact and as perfect as whoever did this did. So there's this plain of stone, 1,000,000 square feet in diameter. Romans found it and quite reasonably built a city on top of it. Now I mentioned Baalbek because it's kind of interesting beyond the fact that, how the hell did it get there? It has a watermark. 32,000 years ago, when the water from the South Pole sort of went north several times, it actually was moving so fast and was so tall, it actually flooded this valley in Lebanon, 3,800, 4,000 feet up in the mountains where this stone edifice is. And it lasted so long it actually left a watermark on these stones. So after you rub, or God, she takes her piece of magic sandpaper and rubs the surface of the earth clean, it's sort of hard to rub away stone. So things like that, the pyramid, the Sphinx, they're much older than you think they are. They've been there a few times. Just check the Sphinx for water damage. So anyway, check out these facts. Maybe at that point you'd like to talk to us. Maybe you'd like to survive. Because we have a plan to survive the event, and I guess the question is, do you? Anyway, you have a good day. This is Charlie Bluehawk for the 2012 FAD website, and keep a good thought.